matchup everybody's been waiting for, 138 pounds. Zain Retherford in the blue. Pennsylvania state champion this year and also as a freshman. Four-time undefeated state champion Anthony Ashnault. These guys met a bunch of times. Last summer in freestyle, I think Zain won two of three, I think. Ashnault having a couple wins over Retherford head-to-head at the Super 32. Zain going to Penn State. Ashnault going to Rutgers. Pennsylvania needing this match to keep any hope alive of winning the duel. They trail 19-15 with this and another bout to go. I picked Retherford. I said he's kind of like the Kyle Dake of high school, you know, he just finds a way to win. Amen. It's not always flashy, but it always gets his hand raised, you know, but
it's the most important part.
Ashnault is a hammer. And he looks like he got a little size on Zain.
He's tall.
Yeah, he's tall. He's got a big frame. But he told me he doesn't weigh a lot. He does have a bigger frame, but he told me he's not too heavy at all. These guys, you know, they're buddies too, which is weird. There's so much pressure on them, and people are always on message boards. Who's better, Retherford or Ashnault? Ashnault or Retherford? And we need this match to win this duel. And a lot of pressure on them, but they work out together. You know, they're buddies.
I'm glad they decided to wrestle each other because that's what a lot of people wanted to see. So.
Neither close to scoring in the first. We'll go to the second. Ashnault has choice. He'll go underneath.
Tied at 0. Ashnault chooses bottom to start the second period.
Boots in for Retherford. Ashnault trying to stand up. He does, and potentially dangerous. It's called just 6 seconds into the period. Boots again for Retherford. Ashnault standing her up.
He's got a hold on the side of the face. Did you see that?
I did.
It was like this.
Just a claw. 142. Caution underneath on Ashnault.
Jake Herwick flashing the flow sign in the corner. No big deal. And it looks like Retherford wanted to throw that leg, and Ashnault knew it. And he's going to go leg on the opposite side. Ashnault catching it, keeping it out. And he's going to try to come right side. I like how Retherford's using his legs. I like how Ashnault's keeping him out.
Retherford intent on trying to get it right out here. Or at least try to get something going on top. The third PD on the period already, and only 39 seconds into the second period. Ashnault, part of a terrific group of seniors from South Plainfield, New Jersey.
Ashnault trying to get away, and he faces Zain Retherford, scores the escape. Puts the first point on the board, just over a minute to go in the second period.
Little drag for Retherford, now he has a rush.
Instruction, we go that extra mile, we solve problems, we get the job done right. The Classic Committee would like to thank Flint Construction and all of the All-Star sponsors for making tonight's event possible.
Under a minute to go now here in the second period. Zain Retherford attacks from the outside, a reshot by Ashnault, nothing there. I like that they're going at it, not just looking at each other.
The United States team now with a 1-0 lead on Zain Retherford. Ashnault is a 4-time undefeated New Jersey state champion, amassed 170 career victories and 0 losses. He's a 2-time Super 32 tournament champion. He's a 6-time Fargo All-American, a silver medalist at the Pan American
Ashnault
Games.
hustles back to the
And
center.
next year, he'll stay in-state wrestling for Rutgers University.
There you go, there you go. There it is.
No deep shots, no committed shots. Go to the third, Retherford will go underneath.
You're going to see more of those committed shots when it's 1-1. Although maybe they both respect the other guy so much they're afraid of the defense, you know?
To start the third period, trailing 1-0. Rutherford, a Penn State recruit from Benton, Pennsylvania. He's a 2-time state winner. He had a career record of 130 wins.
Rutherford to his
3
feet.
losses. He's a
Ashnault says not so quick, my friend. I'm going to treetop that.
2012 Fargo national champion.
He does. He brings Rutherford back down. He's got the leg trapped.
In 2012 Ironman and Powerade champion.
This could be trouble. Oh, wow. Would like to see that continue, but the refs are predicting it dangerous. I'll take his word for it. Zain Retherford to his feet. Ashnault brings him back again. Ashnault driving forward. Climbs up the leg, kicks. And they're going to hit Anthony Ashnault for a stall call. We're going to come back to the center.
Ashnault got some long arms, don't he?
He's got some really long arms. Frame like David Taylor.
Yeah.
I see Ashnault going up in size in college. Over to you. Oh, reversal! Zain Retherford scores a reversal! And he's going to go up 2-1. Yeah, 1:16 to go here in the bout. Let's see what happens. That's a long time to ride a guy like Ashnault.
And I watch you don't caution, it'll be his third one.
Oh, 2 cautions on him? Wow.
Ashnault, yeah.
Ashnault with 2 cautions. Retherford again goes for those legs. Go! And he's got to be careful not to fall off. But Retherford with the legs in. Now he's got Ashnault flat on the mat. On his belly. This is a great place for Zain Retherford. Just under a minute to go. Stalemate that. PA crowd doesn't like it. But we're going to get a fresh start. Whistle start here. 43 seconds to go. Retherford had him flattened out, had a leg in, and was going to work. The referee said it didn't see it going anywhere, so he's going to start him over. For a pin, was close for a second. Ashnault gonna look again. Oh, and Retherford's gonna get Ashnault on his belly. 10 seconds to go. And it looks like Zain Retherford is gonna take down Anthony Ashnault. And he does. Zain Retherford clear. Final star, 2-1. He rides Ashnault out for a final minute, 16 seconds. The second pin reversal gives a win.
Done. Also brought to you by Milwaukee Tools, heavy duty, lightweight, solid performance in any class. And there's some solid performance by Ty Waters. I know better than to look down when Ty Waters is on the mat. Luckily, I looked up halfway through that duck under, and that was smooth.
Waters, 98-8 his career, 2-time PIAA state champion, headed to West Virginia. Gilcher Detroit Catholic Central, 140-4, four-time Michigan State champion. And it's number 3 versus number 4 in the country, but for years, Ty Waters was severely underrated as he dealt with injuries early.
Yeah, and we got a scramble here again, and this is exactly what Waters, where he wants to be. Loves the scramble, loves the scrap. He's got a reverse lock on the leg. Defending Gilcher. Gilcher able to step over the foot, but Waters has rubber knees like crazy. We go out of bounds, no score.
Finishing my thought there about Waters. He defeated Mac Church at one point in his freshman season. He was in that 106 weight class. He didn't place. He finished 20-3 on the season, just 4-2, had an injury as a sophomore, then comes and wins back-to-back state titles, and really, heading into his junior year, he wasn't ranked in the country, but you knew the talent was there.
A little sloppy slide by there for Waters. Almost gave up the easy 2 points for the takedown to Gilcher, but able to come back with a whizzer. He's got to be a little bit more careful on those attempted throw-bys. As he takes a 2-1 lead with 22 seconds here in the first. Waters, not your first West Allegheny wrestler here at the Classic. Earlier tonight, we had the WPIAL All-Stars taking on Team Ohio. Ohio came away with the win, but teammate of Waters, Nico Tati from West Allegheny, picked up the fall at 145 pounds. Just a great room there at West Allegheny. Tati and Waters. Also a junior in Sean Taylor. Head to West Virginia.
And as they were talking about the matchup here, Gilcher acknowledged the different challenges that Waters presents with his funky, unique style. And Waters kind of countered with, yeah, he's kind of built like Sean Taylor. So, is a body style that Waters is used to wrestling.
Yeah, and Waters tried to grab the leg, and Gilcher just ran him over. Waters caught off balance, and Gilcher able to make it into a 2-point takedown.
I wanted to see that takedown held a little longer because I wanted to watch what Waters worked through as he sat on his butt. He ended up hitting a seated flying cement job in the state semifinal against Dagan Condomity. And I think he had something up his sleeve there, but he just turned belly down once the takedown was awarded. He doesn't want to give up any near fall out of this situation.
Waters fighting hands, see if he's going to try a quick hip heist. Threatens a switch. He's got good motion going, stays with it, able to get his escape point. So after that sequence, Waters was looking over to his coaches, and they were kind of having a little bit of a conversation. His coach was telling him to take injury time. Not sure what happened in that sequence where he gave up the takedown, but his coaches were definitely encouraging him to take injury time. Waters is able to get the escape. Take this time to thank you to UPMC Sports Medicine, the athletic trainers and the doctors here. Also thank you to our main sponsor, US Steel. Might see him in the camera angle over there, but also want to thank you to Mr. Mark Billett, donating his time and skills here. Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. Again, Mark Billett, the photographer, donates his time and experience and expertise to this event. Thank him for giving us great photos.
West Allegheny 5-2-1 in the preliminary card bouts. Ty Waters, your first feature bout wrestler.
Much closer duel earlier today with the WPIAL in Ohio. Again, Ohio did win that one. This one's got a little out of hand as USA is up 27-6. Waters, though, is leading 4-3. As Gilcher gets set underneath. Also, thank you to White Automotive, selling and serving cars the right way since 1927. Do the right thing. Also brought to you by Defense Soap. Defend what you have built, the official soap and body whites of FloWrestling and the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. And there's an uncontrolled fall, it looked like. We're looking right at Waters' back.
Waters was looking to win Dixie out of the position.
It is 2 seconds in high school to get a pin. Oftentimes in uncontrolled fall situations, the referee's going to give even a little bit more time. We still got no control as Waters is hanging on. 4-4 score. And Waters has got to watch his back. And there's the takedown, 2 for Gilcher. Goes up 6-4. 52 seconds, though. Still a lot of time on the clock for Waters.
And Waters in the position, I thought he relaxed a little bit too early when he took the crotch lock through, gave up the bottom leg where Gilcher was able to step in. He came out of that, but it ended up putting him in a worse position. Gilcher able to finish out the takedown.
Yeah, and I'm watching Waters walk gingerly back to the mat, so I think he might have dinged himself up a little bit on that sequence we had in the second period. I don't think he's wrestling at full strength right now. So he gets stopped for potentially dangerous.
Especially a guy like Waters, where that's his bread and butter. When a guy's in on the single leg, he's got a lot of different weapons from there. If he is dealing with an injury on that leg, it's going to be something that really limits his offensive attacks.
Yeah, and you see that limp there by Waters, and that's one of the things you worry about. Guys with real flexible knees, those limp knees all the time, you know, eventually it does catch up to you. Hopefully it doesn't for Waters at the collegiate level, but, you know, he likes that funky defense. Unable to turn it into a win, though it looks today. Trails by 1, 5 seconds to go. We go out of bounds with 4 seconds remaining. And it looks like Dylan Gilcher is going to get the win here in a battle of top 5 wrestlers. There it is, Dylan Gilcher from Detroit Central Catholic, wrestler from Michigan, gets another win for Team USA. Team USA goes up 30-6 after that 152-pound contest. And we'll move on to 160, our weight class sponsors.
Main event of the evening, final bout, 182 pounds. Carter Starocci for Team Pennsylvania, Abe Assad for Team USA. Assad in the red singlet, Starocci in the blue. And they said, we're going all White Sox here, none of this red and green nonsense. I like it. Rebels. Nonconformists. Carter Starocci, Cathedral Prep, 2-time champ, 161-10. Abe Assad, Glenbard North, that's in Illinois. His record, his career high school record, 170-20, also a 2-time champion. Carter Starocci headed to Penn State. His hometown's Erie, Pennsylvania. Assad headed to Iowa, the classic Penn State versus Iowa. Assad's hometown, Carroll Stream, Illinois. That's right up there by Glenbard North. 45 left in the first period, nothing yet. Starocci one way, then the other, trying to change directions in that short offense does, but Assad able to match him, square up each time. Excuse me. Got a little stuffy in here. Starocci starts on top here at the beginning of the second. No score. Assad up to his feet. Main event, 182 pounds. 45th annual Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. And there's the escape. First point for Assad. Just took about 20 seconds, a little over 20 seconds. Although it doesn't matter, no riding time. And now we see Starocci in on the leg, single leg shallow coming out the back door. Over the top, catching ankles, but he's got the near ankle. He's gonna try to pull that and potentially pass it. This is head to toe. Readjusting his position. Both guys actually readjusting their positions. Starocci coming out a little bit better here, and now we're gonna see initiating this scramble was Assad trying to high leg over. High leg's trapped. He's sitting on top of Starocci. Starocci looked like he may come out on top of this one. Who knows now? They both have a hold of each other's ankles. Starocci in a better shot position. And indeed, he comes out, earns the takedown, 2-1. Starocci with the lead, but man, some good wrestling right there from both these fellas. High level scrambling. Starocci leading with 2 minutes to go in the bout. Assad on top. Starocci he had a hand. Now he's up to his feet. Brought back down on the mat. Up to the feet for Starocci. He puts another point on the board, makes it 3-1. A takedown would tie it, but of course he's gonna need a takedown and a ride. In on the leg, Assad trying to circle the corner over near the edge. He's gonna lose the leg. Starocci's gonna wrestle from this position, I would bet. And now Assad goes butt out of bounds, just under a minute to go in the match. Plenty of time, not a lot of room, but there is room to wrestle here. Can't relax on the edge. Make any silly mistakes. It's Starocci trying to make some short offense happen, a smart play on the edge. Not a whole lot of risk with it. Starocci comes forward and they go out of bounds. 10 seconds to go. He's about all but got this thing wrapped up. Assad's got one shot left. He takes it from space. Could he have a second? Tries to whip it through 2-1. And that's going to do it. Carter Starocci finishes this one off for a win, with a win for Team Pennsylvania.
All right, our third bout of the night. This is going to be a big one. Number 1 versus number 4. We have Richie Figueroa from Selma, California. He is taking on Brett Ungar from Notre Dame Green Pond.
And who had a better month of March than Brett Ungar? This guy went into PIAAs, ranked 9th in the country. He took out Gary Steen, who was a spot ahead of him in the semis, and then beat Mason Gibson in the finals. That's how he ended up at number 4 in the country.
Yeah, Ungar with the unlikely pin in the state finals against Mason Gibson. Caught him on a tilt. Gibson was trying to fight hands and wasn't careful with his back and ended up getting pinned into position. Gibson dropped to the mat in disbelief as Ungar just so joyful around the mat. Couldn't almost believe that he won by fall. And jumping into his coaches, it was a great moment in Hershey, great moment for Ungar.
It really was, and he's got his work cut out for him here with Richie Figueroa. Figueroa has so many ways to score. He's very good in all 3 positions, and as is Ungar, though. This is an exciting matchup. Figueroa headed to Arizona State, a program that's coming off an NCAA trophy finish at the NCAA championships.
And I saw that was the first time since 1995. So Arizona State getting back on the national scene, and Figueroa definitely going to help bolster their lineup next year for the Sun Devils.
He definitely will, and score is now through 30, or with 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Brett Ungar headed to Cornell, another rock-solid program that would have been in that trophy race for sure if the Ivy League hadn't canceled wrestling, and he's got a finger in the eye. He's going to sort that out.
Ungar, a 2-time state champ, once in Pennsylvania, once in New Jersey. Came over from New Jersey as a junior, I believe. He was a sophomore state champ in New Jersey. Came to Notre Dame Green Pond. 3rd place finisher last year, was able to get the state title this year, as you mentioned. Just a great tournament for him.
And I believe
wrestlers kind of tied up as we end the first period.
I believe last night I heard that he's the only wrestler to have won a state title in both New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So quite the accomplishment from Ungar.
And Ungar, dangerous on top, as we mentioned, was able to get that tilt in the state finals. But Figueroa not giving him any time to get his hooks in on top as Figueroa gets the reversal.
Caught that leg coming in and made the most of it, got on top. And Figueroa is good here. Talk about the mat wrestling of Pennsylvania. Richie Figueroa, a Cali boy who knows his way around the top.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's not all that common. I don't want to knock on California, but that is one of the knocks and one of the reasons why a lot of times they have such success at the high school level, they transition to the college level and they really struggle because out in California, most of those guys they like to take them down, let them up, and again, that's a very general, broad statement. You get the hammers on top, but, on the national scene, usually you see these guys really good from their feet, not so good from top, but that's a different story for Richie Figueroa.
100%, and that's what makes him one of the top recruits in the country is that he can grind out a win on top. He can play the take him down, let him up game if he wants to, but he's got skills in every position, and that separates him.
And he just seems like a kid that's all business, not a man of many words. You put a microphone in front of him, that's not where, he wants to excel. He'll talk to you. He's a nice kid, but, he's all business. You could tell he was focused today, ready to come out here and pick up a win over the number 4 guy in the country.
Absolutely. Both these guys were. That's what I love about this matchup. Both Ungar and Figueroa seemed pretty convinced they were going to win this match.
Figueroa with that reversal to start the period. He's had a nice ride out, but now it's Ungar who's coming around. Ungar with the double, trying to run his feet. He's got both legs, but nothing yet. He's got to hook it.
Figueroa is still locked in the crotch. Team Pennsylvania wants the 2.
Yeah, I think that's a good hold by the referee. Figueroa is still locked in the crotch. I don't know how he's there. Now I think that's 2. There's no crotch lock anymore. He's got both feet.
He still is locked.
Oh, he is. Jeez. I don't know. I like it, but tough call for the official. Ungar not able to get his inside arm through yet. There's his inside arm. He just needs to be able to hip in. He gets a reversal there. I don't think that was the right time for it.
And
Period's
time expired.
over. So very tight call.
We'll see what the officials decide to do.
Figueroa is telling me he had the foot. I didn't like that reversal, to be honest with you. I thought it was there a little bit earlier. I didn't like when he called it.
And the coaches from Team USA want to make sure they understand the situation here. And they're having a little discussion here, similar to the discussion that you and I just had. I mean, it was close, but Figueroa went from the crotch lock to the foot, and
I just saw the coach ask, do we get a challenge?
that'd be a good question to clarify before the duel starts, and I do not believe they do.
No, there are no challenge bricks here. Figueroa, we'll see how he comes back from that. I mean, that's a mental thing. He's not happy that he gave up that reversal.
He fought hard to stay on the top position and ended up, Ungar got the position. So Ungar goes bottom. Figueroa says, let's work this out on our feet. Figueroa has, there it is, one of the fastest slide bys.
But Ungar able to square up with him, showing a little quickness of his own.
And you see Ungar kind of wrestling from a knee. He knows he cannot push into Richie Figueroa. He knows the danger of that slide by, and that's why you see him on that knee, sitting back on his haunches.
Representing Notre Dame Green Pawn, is undefeated this season on his way to a state championship.
Figueroa tries the duck. Ungar ready for it. Ungar down on his knees, can definitely be defensive here, which he is. No stall calls yet on Ungar.
Figueroa controlling center, but hasn't had a go-to leg attack so far. He gets a stall call with 1:05 to go.
Figueroa wasting time on the edge. I think just get out of bounds and get a restart. Time's ticking down. You got 45 seconds. We go out of bounds.
You know, Ungar's had a really smart game plan, but if he continues to go to a knee and sit to his haunches, he may give up another stall call here.
And there he is, dropping to a knee, fires off a shot, has both legs. We'll see if Figueroa, he's shown he can fight out of this position before. And there's a 2-point takedown. Easier call for the official in this case, as Brett Ungar gets the takedown with under 30 seconds to go.
An absolutely incredible month-long stretch for Brett Ungar.
And I guarantee you, this means something to Team PA right now and these coaches as they're telling Ungar stay low. They want this win, and it looks like they're going to get it with 10 seconds to go.
Brett Ungar with 3 top 10 wins, including a win over the #1 man in the country, Richie Figueroa, in the last month, and he's pumped up.
Yeah, and you got to think back to that reversal that Figueroa gave up. I don't think he was able to get over that mentally. Still not happy about it, talking to the official.
152 pounds. Hayden Hidlay, Team PA in the blue, taking on Griffin Parriott, Minnesota product, wrestling for Team USA. Hidlay going to be headed to NC State. Parriott headed to Purdue, so another Boilermaker for Team USA. These guys met at Super 32. It was Parriott a winner. 3-1, I believe the score was. 30 seconds in, no score, and we saw Hidlay's brother Trent last night in the Flow National Finals.
Sponsored by the Chapman Corporation, providing civil.
Of course, Hayden, a Flow Nationals alum himself.
For 70 years. Chapman Corporation, you're 152 pounds.
Parriott ranked second in the country. Hidlay ranked third.
Ooh, doggy.
Both these guys can hand fight extremely hard. Like to operate out of underhooks. Team score currently at USA 19, PA 17.
This is a doable thing for Pennsylvania.
And this is a huge one. You need this one here, and it's a winnable match. It's a tough match. Griffin Parriott is excellent, but so is Hayden Hidlay.
You know, getting pinned, Philippi getting pinned was huge.
That's a killer.
Yeah,
that's a killer. You look at it right now. If you just get majored there, you're tied. But giving up that fall makes it a 2-point advantage for Team USA. Shot attempt there, kind of a shallow fake by Hayden Hidlay. Inside control there. Looking for an angle. No one able to get to an attack.
Yeah, not even very close.
Right.
A lot of hand fighting.
These guys are hard to get in on.
We're scoreless after the first period. Parriott selects bottom to start the second.
Of the matches we have tonight, this one may most resemble, you know, a Division I elite match. I mean, these guys are both just very, very complete wrestlers. That escape is given up right away.
And I think Hidlay just took a foot to the
face.
chin. Yeah.
So it's a 1-0 lead for Parriott.
And this is that position fighting you're talking about in the D1 match, right?
Yes.
The higher your level, the more technical and the more the small things really matter and play a big role.
1:25 to go.
Parriott is a 3-time state champion from New Prague, Minnesota. This year he also had a record of 40-1, 248 career victories. His aspirations include becoming an Olympic champion. He will continue his academic and wrestling career next year at Purdue University. Griffin Parriott.
There's a shot. Nice re-attack attempt there by Parriott. Couldn't get it.
And we've got 40 seconds left here in the second period, and these guys really just frustrating each other. Underhook, Parriott. The referee's going to blow it dead, bring it back to the center with 32 to go.
The Classic Committee thanks you for joining once again as an all-star sponsor.
And really, you know, they wrestled at Super 32, but there's not much to make of the film of that match. It went to sudden victory, and Hidlay kind of went, and there's a nice high crotch there by Parriott.
Shot coming out the back doors. Now he's going to try to change up. Hidlay locked through the crotch. Looks like it might be a stalemate.
Ooh, close. Parriott, I think Hidlay was close to being in position to maybe get a counter takedown. But a great shot by Parriott, the first real deep leg attack. But I was saying, their Super 32 match went to sudden victory. No one really had that many opportunities, and Hidlay kind of went desperation headlock unnecessarily, maybe felt something was there, wasn't there, and just gave up the 2, and that was really it. And, you know, lesson learned there, but not a lot to take away from in this match other than it's going to be a tight one. And so far into the third period, 1-0 lead for Griffin Parriott, with Hidlay having choice, choosing bottom, and he's up to his feet, and there we're knotted at 1, and they'll settle it on their feet.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Yeah, that's a good point. Now 1:22 to go. There's a shot attempt by Hidlay. Back to those underhooks. This was the position Parriott was able to get to. It kind of, you know, maybe it forced Hidlay to take that headlock attempt. That wasn't really necessary. We're coming up on a minute 2. They stalemate the position.
I've seen a couple of stalemates like that on their feet where they're just on their feet. just in a tie. It wasn't like in some kind of locked up position. And Hidlay trying to get to that shot, and Parriott comes to the leg.
Look at the hips of Hidlay, hustling to that re-attack, looking for an angle, can't get it. Front headlock now with 40 to go. Nice little flurry there, but both guys so dang stingy, Bader.
Yes, very, very stingy.
Now over tie for Hidlay, switching to that collar, forehead to forehead. Now over tie for Parriott with 7 seconds to go, and you got to figure.
I think we're going to go overtime.
I think you're exactly right. Ooh.
Whoa. Coming forward late.
Oh, can you believe it?
I mean, a half a second late.
Oh, my goodness.
A second late.
And Hayden Hidlay has to be like, daggone it, I finally
got there.
So dang close.
6 minutes and 1/2 second. That's how long it took him to get there.
Oh, my goodness.
We head to sudden victory in overtime, knotted at 1.
There's a shot, low ankle. Locked around the crotch now is Hidlay. Parriott going to try to turn in. Hidlay's got that hook. Locked around the crotch there. Hidlay comfortable in these scramble positions, but Parriott certainly in the position of advantage with 32 seconds to go in sudden victory. A takedown will win it.
28 seconds to go.
Now locked around the waist. Ooh, stalemate.
The Pennsylvania crowd loves it.
You know where we're at right now, Bader.
Yeah.
We ain't in Minnesota. So they stalemate at 23 to go.
And it looks like we might be heading to the mat.
Now Hidlay getting to his underhooks. Now fires off a
maybe
shot.
Not. Hidlay in position to score.
He's got it. Look for the fall.
I thought he was going to get the pin.
Parriott wisely. He kind of had a lapse there, Parriott did.
Yeah.
And then thought, I got to get off my back. My team needs me. So what a finish there for Hayden Hidlay.
All right, Smitty, we got a rematch at 140 pounds. Break it down. These guys wrestled in the Ironman finals, man. Sorry, came up with the loss. Representing the United States. That's Cam Tessari representing the United States. Oh, scramble here. That's Henderson. Evan Henderson. He won this match, like Smitty said, in the Ironman finals. Yeah, Henderson's just hard to get out of position. He's 149-9, two-time prep national champ, Cam Tessari. Wow, ankle pick off the whistle. There's 2. Doesn't give Henderson a chance to funk. And Tessari, 189-3, 4-time state champion out of Ohio. And you know how tough it is to do that. Out of Monroeville, Schmitty says you can drive through it in a second or two. Little town. It's like St. Paris. But they did finish higher at the Ironman this year than St. Ed's. How about that? That probably won't happen again. Division III school in Ohio. They had those guns scoring big points. Big 2-on-1 Henderson. Henderson out of Kiski Prep. Yeah. You gotta say, Cam, man, what do you think he's seeing when you guys wrestle this match? He's loving it. Yeah. Oh! Henderson gets his hips back, but underhook Tessari. Tessari going big! Drops down on that leg, elevates. He's wrestling. Yeah, Tessari's wrestling. Henderson gets his hips out, though. Henderson, we got a switch battle here. Gets his hips on top. Oh, man, that was a sweet combo. 3-2. Henderson. He was almost taken down several times there. Oh, he's going to get a nasty cradle. Oh, there's a big... Injury time. Henderson gets set. Let's do this. Tessari, kind of a Granby off the whistle. He's doing some rolling, some acrobats. Still going. What is this, Schwab versus Leitner? Oh, no, hips are back on top. That could have been dangerous. But no points scored. Good end of the first period. These guys getting at. Oh, look at that. They slap hands. Having some fun out there. That's what it's all about, man. Crowds love it. Kids love it. Putting on a show. Schwab Meisner was an NCAA final. You guys can ever see it. Sweet match.
Representing the state of
One of the coolest scrambles
is
ever.
Evan Henderson from the Kiski School. Evan was a two-time prep national champion. He also finished second at the national prep tournament as a sophomore and was sixth in the PIAA tournament as a freshman before transferring to the Kiski School.
Taking a shot. This interesting position.
And next year,
Henderson with the reversal goes up 4-2. Tessari basing up here. Monday match of the week in the works. Leg is locked in there for Henderson.
wrestling here at 140 pounds for the United States is Cam Tessari from Monroe High School in Ohio. Cam, another
going to Ohio State. Ohio State reload.
He was also an Ironman champion this year. Next year, he'll be joining Monroe High School teammate Hunter Stever at Ohio State University.
33 seconds left in the second. The breakdown for Henderson. And Tessari gets banged for a stall warning down there. Tessari needs a point here in this period. There's 10 seconds left.
And Silver into the third period. Member of the United States All-Star team at
Let's go.
55 pounds.
5-2, 2 minutes left in regulation.
Classic. He was a Michigan State champion with a career record of 123 wins and just 7 losses with
Henderson looking for a shot.
in his high school career.
There's another shot. Tessari.
He pinned 36.
Oh, we're locked up. We know Tessari likes it though. Oh, no. You still got those locked up. Moving in. Watch him.
In the 1975 Classic,
Oh, you love when they step those hips in.
wrestler of the night
Tessari is dangerous.
over his PA All-Star opponent. This Farmington, Michigan wrestler moved on to the University of Michigan, becoming a 4-time NCAA Division I All-American while capturing 3 national titles. On his way to posting a 134 and 14 collegiate record.
2-on-1 for Henderson. Now Tessari needs to score. Give himself a chance with a limp arm out for Henderson.
After graduating, Mark served as the head wrestling coach for the University of Las Vegas before returning to his alma mater as an assistant coach for 3 seasons. During his
Henderson shot. Tessari.
the Las Vegas Invitational Tournament, which is still
Short offense position. 50 seconds.
Invitational. In 1999, Montreal Senior was inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. He was recently recognized as the face of the franchise of the University of
Oh, Henderson in a position to score. Tessari gets a flip. Scramble position here.
Mark was unable to join us here this evening.
Tessari. Looks like he's improving his position. He can go Peterson here. 20 seconds. Steps over. That's a takedown. Makes it 5-4, but only 4 seconds left. Henderson wins for the second time over Tessari this year. Awesome match.
Moving up to 145 pounds, Sammy Sasso and Brock Hardy. Sasso in the blue, Hardy in the red.
Milwaukee Tools is our 145-pound weight class sponsor. Heavy-duty, lightweight, solid performance in
Sasso.
class. Milwaukee Tools, your 145
with the shaved head.
weight class sponsor.
I personally like the wild hair that we've seen him display, and he's in on a single leg. Good job by Hardy defending inside the first 30 seconds with no score. Good exchange here. To the leg now, Hardy in, circling the corner. Hardy's slowly improving his position. Referee stops it. Potentially dangerous on the knee of Sasso, and we'll get a fresh start. Sammy Sasso's got a very low hairline. That guy's not going bald, ever. Thick head of hair on that boy. Nice job. He gets to the leg, head underneath the leg. Sasso coming out the back door. Hardy's kind of locked through the waist and crotch. Sasso's going to turn. And he's in position to not only score, but potentially, well, as soon as I say that, he rolls it through, and now he comes behind for a takedown. Sasso scores, comes out clean in that scramble, 2-0. He leads with 20 seconds to go in the first. Brock Hardy had it stopped, but Sasso went one further, and Sasso's going to get a little roll-through tilt now, a full set. A 5 count, 3 more for Sammy Sasso, and he's going to come out of this first period leading 5-0. So we go a minute 40, a minute 45 with no score, and Sammy Sasso with the takedown and 3 near fall to make it 5-0 heading into the second. Hardy starts on top. Sasso fighting underneath, trying to get his head underneath that leg. Good recovery from Hardy. Brock Hardy is a 4-time Utah State champion and a 4-year career record of 185-4. Sammy Sasso earns the escape. Maybe looking for a reversal. Nothing given yet, though. But Sasso in position to score. Hardy could go Merkel. Nope, he's not gonna. Sasso climbs out the backside, earns a reversal, and has a 7-0 lead now at the minute 12 to go in the second. Sasso was a 2-time Pennsylvania State champion, 180 wins versus 11 losses on his career, and one of the most exciting finishes to who's number one that we've ever seen. A fall in the snake pit and a tight match. It was bananas. Nice level change to the double. Hardy trying to run through. And he's got Sasso in trouble. He scores the takedown. Hardy's first offensive score, make it 7-3 now. 4-point spread, 15 to go in the second period. Oh, and he's looking for backs here. He's going to get a count. Hardy is going to pick up some near fall and put himself right back into this match. 7-6. 7-6 with the 3 near fall. Whew. That escalated quickly. Sasso up 7-1, gives up a takedown and surrenders 3 near fall. So now it's 7-6. Sasso leading Hardy here in the third period, and Hardy has choice. Hardy underneath. Sasso going to work on top. He's got a spiral right out to the right. Claw, and he puts him into almost a crab ride. Circles back on top. Granby roll, and it's going to be 2. Hardy has the lead, 8-7, 90 seconds to go. Oh, and look at that. We're going to see some near fall. Oh, I believe it should have been a 2 count. I don't think he count. Not sure that the referee was there. Maybe it wasn't 2, but it looked like, from my point of view, Brock Hardy tough on top. Both guys, the 3-point near fall in this match. And comeback of the night so far for sure. We'll see how this one plays out in the final 45. Sasso needs the escape to tie and force overtime. He's catching that foot, might pop off the knee and try to hop across, look for a reversal here. Got to be careful not to get tilted up in the process. Hardy looking for more. Oh, Brock's in position. Excuse me, Sasso in position. Sasso gets the reversal, the go-ahead reversal. He goes up by a point, 9-8. Now Hardy needs to get away in 7 seconds to force overtime, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Sammy Sasso does it again. A thriller here at the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. A back and forth.
And we move on to our feature matchup at 172 pounds for Team USA. We have Josh Barr from Davison High School, Davison, Michigan, and he is taking on Rocco Welsh from Waynesburg Central, Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Barr, 132-1 his career, 4-time state champion, headed to Penn State. We saw earlier in the night, Gilcher headed to Ohio State. Ray Davis headed to Penn State. Again, a Buckeye against a future Nittany Lion. Rocco Welsh, 2-time PIAA champion, 159-17. He's headed to Ohio State, #1 versus #2 in the country.
Yeah, and we're going to actually see who is #1 here tonight. Last match of their high school careers, so you can end on top. You get a whistle for something.
Rubber match with Barr getting the Fargo final, Rocco Welsh getting the who's #1 bout. That was 5-4 on a riding time point where he had 109 in riding time accumulated. So we have no riding time in play here at the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. So that would have been a 4-4 bout headed to sudden victory.
And Barr fires off a shot. Welsh on the re-attack, but Barr able to kick away. So a flurry of action there. Again, we're at 172 pounds. This weight class brought to you by Regional Anesthesia Experts. Owned and operated by Brian Matisuk, providing high-level orthopedic regional anesthesia at a surgery center near you. Also brought to you by Confluence Financial Partner. Planning starts with you. Imagine that. Again, I'm Tim Rice, along with Brock Height, 49th Annual Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic here at Peters Township High School. They've been a great host again this year. An event brought to you by US Steel. Thanks again to Cliff Keen Athletics and all they do to help make this event happen. So we end the first period scoreless. Both wrestlers able to touch the legs, but that's about all the further we got in the first period. Welsh wins the flip, and he is going to get set underneath and try to get on the board first.
Waynesburg 4-5 in the main event after the Mac Church loss earlier this evening. Coleman Scott, an OW for Team Pennsylvania back in 2004.
Coleman Scott now leading University of North Carolina, had themselves a very nice national tournament and a national championship in Austin O'Connor.
And a Little gamesmanship there by Welsh, kind of holding the hands, trying to draw the stall call on Barr. Barr made eye contact with the official and kind of looked at him like, I'm not holding him, he's holding me. And Welsh finally cuts away for the escape.
So Nittany Lion fans getting a little sneak peek tonight of some of their future wrestlers. As Diao, Kasak, and Barr up here at 172 pounds. Coming off another national championship.
A special thank you to Wright Automotive, selling and serving cars the right way since 1927. Wright Automotive.
So not a whole lot of action for either guy. Either one wanting to take a risk here in the second period with under 20 seconds to go. Nice to get flurry of action like we saw in the first period, but doesn't look like it's going to happen here in the second. Neither wrestler wanting to make that mistake. Barr's choice in the third. One of the times it is a no-brainer for Barr here to get underneath Welsh. Wants to get under and try to tie things up at 1 in the third period. Barr, the 4-time state champ. Welsh, the 2-time state champ from Pennsylvania. Again, future Ohio State Buckeye, future Penn State Nittany Lion. The escape for Barr. And we've got ourselves a tie match, 1-1, 1:30 to go in the third period. Sit back and wait for some action here at 172 pounds. Again, just a tremendous day of wrestling. Another great event put on by the folks here at the Pennsylvania Wrestling Classic. It's been a treat, the 49th annual. Looking forward to number 50 next year. Tim Rice alongside Brock Height bringing you some awesome wrestling action. We got 50 seconds to go. And looking for some kind of scrambling here. Barr almost on the leg, but Welsh able to get free.
Both Buckeye recruits recognized at last night's banquet. Rocco Welsh recognizes the PIAA State Wrestler of the Year. Vinny Kilkeary took home the WPIAL Wrestler of the Year. Going to be happy in Columbus to get those two. Really immense talent head to Columbus over the last couple years.
Yeah, and you saw some of that on display this year at the national tournament with Jesse Mendez, All-American, as a true freshman. Watching these guys come in and get work done right away. Buzakis is a guy that didn't get in the lineup this year for Ohio State, but he's ready to go. Along with Feldman, Nick Feldman. So we've got 1 minute on the clock in overtime. 6 minutes, not enough time to decide it for these guys. They want to wrestle 7 minutes, just like they will next year. College, you go 3-2-2. Here tonight, we're going to go 2-2-2-1 at least. Could be headed for some extra overtime periods if we get through this 1 minute scoreless. Welsh on the attack. He's in good position to finish. Barr able to come up. Now he's hanging on to the ankle. Welsh steps over and gets the takedown. Rocco Welsh from Waynesburg. The hometown boy gets the win. Rocco Welsh for Team Pennsylvania is now the #1.
Gloria Del Barton, New Jersey, 159-7, two-time state champion.
Oh, and immediately Gavin Teasdale in on the leg. Pat Glory jumps over the top, catches the leg, steps on his head.
And this is the 4th time they met. Earlier in their career at Powerade, they met as freshmen and sophomores. Both matches won by Teasdale. And then in this year's Who's #1, Glory took that bout where Teasdale was in that low single.
There he is again.
This time he gets his head high. He's changed his position. A scrambler is very dangerous when you go low. Gives him more length to play with by Teasdale getting his head up in the knees. Changed the position some. He's almost able to get back heel. Glory pinching the head in.
Glory's looking at the refs for a stalemate.
And this is your Jordan Oliver, Logan Stieber position. Is it a takedown? Is it not? NCAA it is for sure.
High school, apparently not. Glory doing a great job so far, but it looks like Teasdale's inching his way towards this takedown. And the hometown crowd's gonna go for Teasdale here.
And that's a takedown. And talk about looking in the book, a crotch lock there and a chest wrap, both in that position are pictured that it does not prevent the takedown from being scored, and the score goes up on the board for Teasdale. Now he drops back in low. Glory's starting to kick away, and this is where they spend a majority of the match in Who's #1.
Two 2-0, Gavin Teasdale with the lead.
When you're leg attacking a scrambler like Glory, you got to stay high on that leg. Teasdale did a nice job getting his head up on that attack that he scored with.
Teasdale on him like glue now in this crab position. Very comfortable, falling off a little bit. Glory's gonna look for a reversal, and he's only gonna get one. He will earn the escape though, 2-1. Big escape for Pat Glory as it came with about 4 seconds to go in the first. And for only 3 points, I feel like there's a lot of action.
Glory defers his choice to period #3. Teasdale choose the defensive position to start period #2. Teasdale working that right side arm of Glory. Glory looking to catch back behind. Drops to an ankle.
Pat Glory on that leg. Oh, nice little rubber knee from Teasdale. He'll earn the escape, make it 3-1, a 2-point lead for Gavin. He got poked in the eye or needs to take his contact out or something.
Glory, a Princeton recruit. Teasdale will be headed to Penn State.
A special thank you to our Wrestling Classic team sponsors helping to make this event take place. Confluence Financial Partners, Coppers, Echo Treatment Center, Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic.
Glory with a shot off the whistle, kind of a half shot. Teasdale looks like he's got a tight front headlock here.
The United States Marines and the National Wrestling Coaches Association.
And there we go. Single leg comes out the back door. Glory close. Teasdale's going to try to pass that leg. Glory's going to try to freeze him. And then Glory goes immediately, passes the leg himself. Glory trying to come out the back door and score. Teasdale trying to hang on. He'd like a stalemate. Glory wants to score. Teasdale still a hold of that foot.
And there's the takedown by Glory. He scored that off of a repass Teasdale passes the leg. Glory gets his position back by repassing, coming up through. 3-3 up on the board. Short time. This is where Glory got the escape in the first period. Can Teasdale respond? Short time in the second.
Doesn't look like it. Head down on the mat. Looks like we're going to finish off the second this way. 3-3, and Glory should have choice heading into the third.
Teasdale's corner momentarily. Asked him if he wanted to go neutral. Teasdale said no, I want to keep him on the mat. And now he gives up the escape right away.
Yeah, one, and immediately looking to score another takedown. Teasdale grabs that leg, passes it, rolls it across his face. Pat Glory sitting on top of Teasdale, but Teasdale has a hold of his foot.
And he's got that reverse grip. Glory's way out is out the back. And now he's going to go that way. There it is. Foot in the armpit. Yes, that's his way out.
Glory now trying to repass. And trying to back bow. They didn't try to back bow, he did. Bowed up Teasdale. 4-3, Glory with the lead, 1:09 to go. Final match of the 2018 Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic.
1 minute remaining here in the third period. Gavin, Teasdale.
Oh, and again, Teasdale in on the shot. He's low on the ankle. Glory over the top. Glory's got draping, has ankles. Teasdale kind of coming like a double. Low on one ankle, up on the thigh on the other side. Glory kind of loses control of the foot. Teasdale looking to score. Glory hanging on. Glory passes the ankles. Nothing here. What a crazy position. What a crazy position. 30 seconds to go. Nothing awarded. And they're going to go potentially dangerous again as Teasdale's bowed up on his own accord this time a little bit. 23 to go. See if Gavin Teasdale gets in on another low single or if he can find another attack. There goes low double. He's back in deep. Glory over the top again. Drapes over, catches ankles. Teasdale looking to score late, 10 seconds. And there it is. Gavin Teasdale with the takedown. He leads 5-4, 5 seconds to go. All he has to do is hang on. And he'll do it. Gavin Teasdale, your winner. 5-4 and an exciting.
And this is the match I'm looking forward to. And so is Hunter Garvin. Gets a caution before we even begin, and I'll start with Hunter. So Hunter Garvin, 152 pounds from Iowa City West High School, Iowa City, Iowa, obviously. 142-7 career record, 3-time state champion. Headed to Stanford to join the Cardinal. Not Cardinals, Cardinal.
Hunter Garvin, a right foot lead. Left foot on the line means a low single, and the whistle is coming. He beat me to it there before the match even got underway. Look for him to control the right side elbow. Very good in an overhook position.
And it's usually Jackson Arrington who is attacking first. Jackson Arrington representing Team PA from Forest Hills High School. As Garvin tries to power in. He's from Forest Hills High School, 146-8 career mark, 3-time state champion, and he is headed to NC State as he tries to slip a leg in on the far side. Doesn't have it in yet. Good hold by the referee.
We saw this exact position, the Who's Number One match, and I can't remember how it was scored on the boundary line. I believe there was a brick thrown by Coach Stripmatter for Arrington that took a takedown away.
That's exactly correct. It was called two. Was wiped off the board. Arrington, there's that fireman's carry that he hits. We'll see if he can pop his head. He does and picks up the 2-point takedown.
Arrington's going to hit a variety of attacks. He has an unmatched pace and gas tank. He took the match on short notice at Who's Number One. See if that makes a difference here at the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic, as he knew full well and just coming off a state title 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I believe he only had a week's notice before he took on Garvin. Won the match, I believe 3-2 was the final. Garvin didn't have a takedown in the match. His points were off of an escape and then a stall point on some questionable stall calls on Arrington in that match. But Arrington, known around Pennsylvania, well, around the country, but around Pennsylvania especially, just a point scoring machine. Just ran right through the bracket. The Pennsylvania State tournament. Really nobody even putting up a match against Arrington.
Got Coach Sheftick in between two Penn State All-Americans with David Taylor on his right, Jake Strayer, the head coach of Forest Hills, on his left. All-American for the Nittany Lions.
Back in the pre-Cale Sanderson days, which, if anybody can remember that. Arrington able to stay with him. Arrington, I don't really see a weakness in his game. He's tough from everywhere. He's good on his feet, good from top. I haven't seen anybody ride him out.
And, you know, an interesting addition to who's number one. They wrestled college rules. They wrestled a 7-minute match. They had riding time. Arrington won 4-3 with riding time advantage, but the stall calls down the stretch were a little questionable, as you mentioned earlier.
Nice little attack by Garvin.
Right foot inside, cross pick. He takes the 3-2 advantage.
So we're even with takedowns apiece, but Garvin on the attack was in deep, had the double, ended up in a single, and Arrington going close whizzer. A lot of time on the clock. Arrington's got to fight this one off. Unable to do so as Garvin picks up another takedown and goes up 5-3.
Garvin back-to-back takedowns, but this is the kind of match that Jackson Arrington wants. He wants a lot of exchanges. He wants a high pace.
Arrington has the underhook with head position. See if he'll fire off a shot from here. One thing that I've definitely noticed in the last few years is how good guys have gotten from an overhook position. You know, it used to be like underhook, that's where you want to be. Guys are going to fire off shots from there, but guys have gotten so good from that overhook position that it's not just a sure bet that when you have that underhook, you're in control.
And the leg laced in.
The hand came up pretty quickly. That's going to be close, but I think that was the right call because he did have reaction time. That's close.
And it's, you know, students of the sport, Jackson Arrington, you know, probably went over that position after who's number one, knows it lacing the leg in. There was short time, able to get that boot in. He's going to be given the escape, and they'll start the third period tied at 5 in the neutral position.
A lot of people were looking forward to this rematch, and so far it's lived up to the hype. Arrington and Garvin. Arrington comes in with a big double leg. He's in deep. Garvin rolls him through. Oh, what a move by Garvin! And sticks him. I thought Arrington was going to be able to put on the brakes, but got a little bit too aggressive in the position.
Flying cement job for Hunter Garvin, a fall in 4:27.
And man,
16-9 for Team USA.